So when you go, ladies, on a G&O, girls' night out, what is it that you like to do? Think about it. How do you like to hang out with your girlfriends? Well, if you are like these women, there apparently are a growing number of women, says The Guardian, that are paying, this is the headline, paying to confront their privilege and racism at dinners that cost $2,500. It's literally a thing. And I was looking at the website, and it starts off by saying, white women, let's talk about your racism and your complicity. Race to dinners. So basically you go and you get yelled at and be shamed, I guess. I don't know. This is how The Guardian writes about it. I'm just going to read it as is because this is like just seriously the most pretentious thing I've ever read. One of. Freshly made pasta is drying on the wooden banisters gross lining the hall of a beautiful home in Denver, Colorado. Fox hunting photos decorate the walls in a room full of books. A fire is burning, and downstairs, a group of liberal white women have gathered around a long wooden table to admit how racist they are. None of this would have been possible if I didn't describe the Restoration Hardware-like settings first. The article continues. Recently, I've been driving around. This is a literal, actual quote. Recently, I've been driving around, seeing a black person, and having an assumption that they're like up to no good, says Allison Gubser. Immediately after, I am like, that's no good. This is like a human doing their thing, end quote. This is Race to Dinner. A white woman volunteers to host a dinner in her home for 7 other white women, often strangers, perhaps acquaintances. Each dinner costs $2,500. Which can be covered by a generous host or divided amongst guests, like socialists. A frank discussion is led by co-founders Regina Jackson, who is black, and Saria Rao, who identifies as Indian American. They started Race to Dinner to challenge liberal white women to accept their racism. This is literally also a quote. If you did this in a conference room, they'd leave, says Rao. But wealthy white women have been taught never to leave the table, end quote. Wow. Unlike all us people who weren't raised wealthy, we just run all over the table. Woohoo! Some of us don't even have no table. Whoopity-doo! Golly. So they have questions. They ask questions and have these like insane, I don't even know what. Like I'm looking at the dinner and I just see basically like crappy pasta and some bread that wasn't even homemade in a Pyrex bowl, which is weird. I'm just saying, $2,500 for that. So they, like one of the questions is, what was the racist thing you did recently by 2 women of color before appetizers are served? It's literally how that dinner went, apparently. Whew. So, yeah. And they talk about eating pasta and how they're horrible. So basically, it's a bunch of white progressives getting together talking about how racist we all know they are. Right? Because that's how I'm reading this, right? Yeah. Okay. Because only a progressive would do something like this. Let's have all these strange people in my home and let's shame everybody and talk about how horrible they are and how rotten their soul is, and they're just totally craven evil. Yeah, let's do it with some carbonara. Some Chardonnay. Golly. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. So that's what they do. Do they get money off of this? Is that why it's $2,500? Because I'm just wondering. Like somebody apparently made their pasta and is just hanging it on their stair banister. Seems kind of, ugh to me. Oh my gosh. You could actually, volunteer maybe with that time instead of, I don't know, stuffing your face with carbs and alcohol. I'm just suggesting. No, this is a better way to actually help people. I eat carbs, I drink liquor, and I mock other women. Actually, I'm just going to say it. It kind of sounds. No. Who does this?